Okay, well, I think I got the last thing fixed, and you won't believe what this took. This was crazy. I couldn't get anybody to help me fix that windshield. They said it was too expensive to deal with, and they couldn't charge me enough. So I was like, okay, no more windshield. Safelight's coming out to put a new one in Monday. They don't even have to take the old one out. I did it. I cleaned up all the rust, and it was just surface rust. They were talking about, oh no, it's rotted all the way through. You can't fix this. You have to get a body shop. I cleaned it all up, and then I used Rust-Oleum to cover up the bare metal. Man, it was a problem. I had to get into the van to get this windshield out. I kept trying to cut through the caulking that held it, and there was so much caulk, and it was so dry and old that I just couldn't do it. So I ended up getting into the driver's seat, leaning the driver's seat back enough so I could put both feet against this where the windshield was, and pressed as hard as I could. And eventually, instead of the windshield coming out, it just started to shatter, and there was glass dust everywhere. And I just kept pushing until I got a space, and then I got gloves on, and I started to just literally rip the windshield out. Glass dust and shards of glass. You know, they call it safety glass. Oh man, there was nothing safety about it. I was breathing glass dust. I was getting it in my eyes. I made a mistake and didn't put a face mask on. But I got it out, and for the last 2 days I've been vacuuming glass dust out of everything. Yeah, I would not recommend you do this at home, even though I did it at home. So the rust was, you can see where it was bubbling up the metal, but I sanded it down, and then I treated it with vinegar, a trick I learned on YouTube. Love this YouTube. And I sanded it until there was no, red, rust marks, and then treated it with vinegar, and then I've completely painted over it with white Rust-Oleum. So all the guy has to do is come in and caulk it and put the glass in. It's still a little bit damp, but it's been 2 days, and it'll be Monday when it gets here, so it'll be solid dry. If he needs to cut away something that I didn't, like these caulk pieces here, that's fine, but then he's got to cover up that bare metal, because that's what happens. They come in and they scrape away the old one, leave bare metal, put in the caulk, put in the new windshield, and then it starts to rust because there's bare metal underneath there. But I'm going to be standing here shoulder to shoulder watching everything he does. I mean, this is the hardest part, getting the windshield out and then cleaning up around the receiver, the part where this windshield is going back into. And this is actually the last thing that had to be done, because I had that huge crack that went like this. And that's just a come on for a cop to pull you over. Hey, you got a broken windshield, that's a ticket. Oh, by the way, are you staying in your van? It's just a basic giveaway. It's a reason for them to come and get you. So my next trip, I will be super stealth. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of the job I did, but it kind of scares me. I mean, I'm finding sorry, not rust, glass shards everywhere. I mean, it's in the seats. I've actually vacuumed with the shop vac like 6 times, and I'm still finding little pieces everywhere. My big worry is that when I turn the AC on, or I turn the heater or the vent on, I'm going to get a face full of glass dust. So I've been very carefully getting down in here. And I'll tell you, there was a lot of glass down in here. Oh, this is the whole mechanism I had to replace for the windshield wiper when it broke. This is called a transmission. It goes back and forth. This is the motor, turns around in a circle. And like a camshaft or a train wheel, the motor goes around in a circle, and these armatures go kind of back and forth, but the motor somehow goes around in one direction. So anyhow, that all had to be replaced. Had to do a lot of work on the engine, you know, for the leaks. New tires. I mentioned this all in my last videos. New U-joints. So yeah, I guess I've really come down to the wire here. The last thing I had to fix was that, you know, cracked piece of glass, and it wasn't even in, the crack wasn't running in front of the driver, you know, like it didn't impair my vision. But when he said, oh, there's body cancer underneath there, it just started to eat away at me, you know, because Russ never sleeps. And I'm thinking, the longer I put this off, you know, the bigger the problem will be. And then when I got under there, it was just like mostly surface rust. And because I did those tutorials on YouTube, you know, watching people do this exact same vehicle and how they did it. Actually, I did it all wrong. I should have had a face mask on. I should have cut away the caulk as best I could instead of trying to just push it through. You live and learn. Hopefully I'll never have to do this again. So I'm real happy about this part. I hope everybody is doing well. See ya!